What's going on YouTube? It's Shot by Zion. We're back with another video for y'all today, and as y'all see, we're chilling in the Dodge Charger Pursuit right now, and that's because for today's video I wanted to go ahead and do an in-depth review on the Eonon UX6S head unit that we recently installed in the car. And as you guys can see, other than the dash up here still needing to be fixed, but we were able to change our dash from this over to this, man. So it was definitely a huge upgrade. So I just thought, since I've had it for about 9 days now, I can actually go ahead and give like a real good review, since I've actually had time with it and been able to play around with it longer than just a couple days. Now, it is a universal head unit, so everything that you get with the head unit will go to certain cars, but you'll obviously have to do the research and then see what your car needs, because you'll obviously might need a different dash kit, and then you'll probably have to get a different ISO connector for your specific car, because this just comes with like a generic connector for older cars. Just keep that in mind. And also, the price of it right now is about $239.99 on their website, and when it's not on sale, it goes up to about $279.99, I believe. So if you want one, you better get it right now while it's on sale, save a couple bucks. Now, obviously, I can't do a full unboxing here because obviously I already unboxed it and got it installed, but if you want to go ahead and check out the unboxing, it's on the install video and I'll link it below. But inside the box, you'll get the head unit, you'll get a 1080p reverse camera, a backup camera input cable, 2 USB extensions plus a wired CarPlay extension, an audio adapter cable, an audio video cable, the power cable for the head unit, the GPS antenna, the 4G antenna, an external microphone. You get the screws to go ahead and screw your head unit to your dash kit if you need them. You get a SIM card holder, a spare 15 amp fuse, extra volume knob, because as you can see, this one here, you get a smaller one than this, but since the way this comes out, I needed the one that sticks out more so it clears, so I can turn it down more easily. But there's another one that's not as wide and it doesn't stick out as far if you want that one. And then you get the user manual in the box. And then here on the face of the head unit, you'll see up here, you got a built-in mic, you have a manual volume knob, you have a manual home button, which is also your power button if you hold it. You get the reset button, a USB Type-C fast charging port, a USB regular port for data transfer, and then you get an external aux cord input. So I know a lot of people don't like the volume knobs being on the screen or having just strictly a home button on the screen either. So like I said, they're manual, and that's just a plus. And then, like I said, it comes with extra USB extensions, which I still have to, make them look nice in there because they're just thrown right now. But you get one that's for like strictly for CarPlay, for your Apple CarPlay. And then you got 2 extras in there that if you want to have for like data transfer or storage. And as you guys can see, it has a 7-inch QLED display running Android 13 with an 8-core processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and 64 gigabytes of storage, along with wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And then obviously with 64 gigs of storage, man, there's more than enough on here for you to have to go ahead and save whatever pictures or music or audio books, podcasts, anything you want to save on here. You can go ahead and do that because you'll have plenty of memory. It is Android capable, so obviously, like I said, it's got Android 13, so you can go ahead to the Google Play Store and download 90% of the Google apps that are on Android, along with Google Chrome, Google Maps, a lot of the other stuff, YouTube, anything else that comes with Google, you can run on here. It's Wi-Fi and 4G capable, which right now we're just running off of Wi-Fi, but you can also get a data SIMs card and hook it up in there, and basically it'll work as like a normal tablet with data and stuff, so you wouldn't need a hotspot or anything like that. And since it is data and Wi-Fi capable, it has what it calls over-the-air updates, so you don't have to plug it up to a computer or anything. You can just go up here, connect to the internet, check for updates, and it'll download it all right here. And we actually just did that earlier. So as of right now, we're currently up to date on the current software. It has what they call split screen multitasking. I'm not sure how you actually do it, which I think is where you can pull up 2 apps at the same time, but I haven't figured that part out yet. But I do know you can do this, which leaves apps running just like a phone. So you can go in and keep whatever you want running in the background, or clear out whatever you don't want running. In terms of customization, as you guys can see, you can change the wallpaper in the back however many you want, as long as you got enough storage on here, which you will. And you can basically have them set to where you can switch through them at any given time. But I just added this just recently, which I thought was pretty cool, with the RT and then the Pursuit, the Hellcop emblem. I'm sorry, it's struggling to focus on it, but I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. But yeah, with the Hellcat or the Hellcop emblem and then the RT, I thought that was pretty cool. And then it has like a little carbon fiber background, but I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. So you can do a custom background. You can also come here to your settings and change the color of your home button over here, which right now, obviously I got it set as red. You can change it purple, green, white. Damn, why is it not wanting to focus? There you go. But yeah, I don't know, there you go. Blue, but we're gonna put it back as red just cause that's my favorite color. Or you can put it on auto cycle and you'll see it'll go through all the different colors. But I'm not sure, I think you have to hook up the illumination wire on this head unit, which I haven't done yet. So basically it doesn't dim whenever I lower the dimness of my dash or anything else. And I think that's what makes this come on whenever you turn your headlights on as well. You can customize the whole layout of how this is right here. So if you want to add stuff, you come down here and hit add, and you can pick the different widgets right here to add. It also has these like drive screens right here that you can customize if you want to. You can add your different ones right there, which is like a type of Apple CarPlay setup without having your phone hooked up. You can change the colors. And I think you can change the way this looks, period. I haven't figured that one out yet either. As you see, there's 3 home buttons. You got the home button down here. You got a circle up here that takes you back home. And then you got the manual home button that will all work. And then there's also a way to change the boot up logo, which only happens if it like loses power, because this has like a 1-second boot up time. So basically as soon as you turn the car on, it pops on. So there actually is no boot up logo until, like I said, you do like an update and it fully reboots. Then it will show one, and then basically the factory one is it'll say Android, and then it'll pop up and say Eonon, but you can change that to whatever you want it to say. So whether you want it to say Dodge, Toyota, Nissan, whatever car you're putting it in, you can change that to that. It comes with a number of apps already installed. As you guys can see, we got the Play Store, Google Maps, APK installer, which I'm not sure what that is. I think that's something to do with the updates and stuff. The phone, DSP, which is like your equalizer. And bro, there's so many options for this. Like, as you see, there's 3 pages of these. There's this. There's this. You go over here, you got the 3D surround. You can turn that on and off, change those, change this. Like, I don't even know, I don't understand all this yet. So change all that. And then whatever this is. So it's very in-depth on the equalizer. Can't talk. We got the file explorer. We got our settings, which obviously has the same thing as most Android phone settings does. You got your Wi-Fi, data usage, if you have your SIM card installed. Display, storage, app info, all that good stuff. And then you have wheel key study, which I think is if you have your steering wheel controls hooked up to your interface in the radio, that basically you can go ahead and key these to do whatever you want. Which my car didn't come with these from factory, so I tried to install them, but I still need the correct steering wheel control module, which I haven't gotten yet, so these aren't working right now. So I didn't end up getting the interface either to go ahead and still make them work. But basically you can come here, and as you can see, there's all these different things that you can make it do. You got updater, you got Google, Bluetooth music, auxiliary music. You got your camera for if you have the reverse camera set up, which we actually do right now. Almost. We got all the wiring ran, and basically the only issue I'm having is I still have to figure out where I can mount it on the bumper and figure out how to get that wire from outside the bumper into the trunk so we can plug up the camera to all the power wires and stuff. So basically when I just put it in reverse right now, it'll still pop up as if the camera's hooked up, but it'll say no signal because obviously it's not plugged in. But we got it working for the most part until we get the final install done. So stay tuned to that, which will be a separate video on my channel coming probably very soon after this. As you see, if you click here, basically if you have it to where it would be constant power, you could hit this app whenever you want and it would show the camera feed. But as you'll see, it says no signal. And then you can switch from front and back view if you have front and back camera. We got our music. If you have music saved to the head unit, you got your radio for FM and AM.
That's 800-838.
which you can save your own radio stations and stuff like a normal radio. We got the video app. If you had any videos saved on your head unit, you can play them from there. You got Google Chrome, YouTube, which I have to still log in and update, but you could watch YouTube if you wanted to. And then over here we have GPS test, which obviously will test your GPS antenna to let you know if it's working or not. And there's different screens for that. You can change it from red. Damn, that red fire, ain't it? But you'll see right here is our GPS antenna, which we have it hooked up, but I still have to run the wire. I've been being lazy. And then we got Google Assistant. We got Netflix. Z-Links is how you'll connect to the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So obviously, as you see there, it's showing you guys the different ones. And then you would come down here. It brings you to the wire mirroring. So if you had your phone hooked up, it would mirror everything that's on your phone screen onto here. So if you wanted to watch like a movie or something that's on your phone, you can do it like that. The settings over here, you can choose whether you want it to connect automatically or not. It's a little bit finicky, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to mess with it, but basically if you want to try and listen to Bluetooth music on the same phone that you have it connected through on here to connect on wireless CarPlay, basically as soon as it detects the phone, it's going to keep trying to switch over. No matter how many times you switch it back to Bluetooth radio, it's going to keep trying to go back to CarPlay, which I guess was a little bit annoying. And then last but not least, the app on here is called Torque. And this is, if you've seen my other video, I think 2 videos ago, is when I installed this, or it was already installed, but basically I set it up. It's a real-time engine diagnostic tool type thing. And you can basically have it set up to where you can read your gauges, your oil temp, coolant temp, all that good stuff. Basically every sensor that your car can read through an OBD plug, you can have it set up on here if you have the ELM connector that works with this. So we got that set up. Now, when I was looking for a head unit, I scoured the internet for so long trying to find one that was decent, because for me, the things I always look for when I was looking for a head unit, I wanted like a fast boot up time. I wanted it to be able to connect to Bluetooth pretty fast after I start the car. I wanted wireless Apple CarPlay, obviously, that's a given. I wanted decent sound quality because I was worried to get a cheaper head unit, because you hear on the reviews that when you get them that they don't sound that good. The last but main thing I wanted was a good screen quality, like I said previously, along with like a fast touchscreen responsiveness. So like I didn't want it to take forever. Like after you hit a button, I didn't want it to load for a second and then do what you hit. For me, I was very picky when it came to it. So when they basically offered to send me this, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to try it, but I'm glad I did, because it's basically almost everything I was asking for. The responsiveness of the touchscreen is almost insanely fast. You hit a button, it does it. You see, as you slide, it does it. You hit an app, it opens. Like, it's very fast, bro. The quality of the screen is very good. As you can see every detail on the pictures that you put. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks very good. So the screen quality is definitely a 10. The responsiveness of the touchscreen is definitely a 10. And surprisingly, the sound quality is pretty good too. So here, give me a second. I'll go ahead and play y'all something. I was covering the bitch when she left. I was sick. I ain't feeling that feeling again. Like really was down on my dick. Now I'm back on my shit, bitch. I feel like that nigga. Pockets on chunky. These bad bitches lucky. They know that they nigga. Yeah, it sounds good. I can't buy a dress. I won't buy it. So if I spend 20. All this works. But yeah, it sounds pretty good. It definitely sounds better than the factory head unit did, so there's definitely a plus there. Can't complain. And then you'll see what I was talking about earlier about the reverse camera. Since it's not hooked up, you'll see the music still dims and then it tries to load, but since the camera's not hooked up, it's not showing anything. And then you'll see as soon as you put it back in drive, the music will come back up and you're ready to go. And then one of the last things to show you guys, just cause as you can see, obviously it works like any other web browser would. So you can go in here, look up anything you want. Obviously we're gonna go ahead and search Shop by Zai, which was already just up there. boom, you see it, 227K, we going big. And then boom, you can watch the videos, all that good stuff. What's going on YouTube? It's Shot by Zai, and we're back with another 2009 Dodge Charger Pursuit. So yeah, man, this is definitely a W upgrade, bro. I love it. If you haven't already, man, go watch the old videos, man. We gotta get these views up on these full form videos. Y'all be going crazy on the shorts, but don't be wanting to show the full videos no love, man. Come on. But I'm pretty sure I can cover everything that it comes with and that it features. Like I said, it's definitely one of the best upgrades that I've done to the car. It changed the driver experience, something crazy. So I highly recommend it if you want to upgrade to a newer radio for your car, no matter which one it is. Obviously, like I said, this is a universal head unit. You just have to get the actual adapter kit for your dash, and then you got to get the adapter kit for probably the ISO connector if you need it. So just do some research on your car to make sure you get the right stuff to get it done. The install process is pretty easy. I've never did a radio install ever before this. So basically, if I can do it on my first try, you can do it too. If you want a little bit more insight, you can go back and watch the full install video that I posted about 10 days ago before this. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you. Huge shout out to Eonon for sending this out to us to try out in the car. It's a great head unit. Stay tuned for the reverse camera install. After I finish up the process of mounting it on the bumper and figuring out how to get the wire inside the trunk, like I said, we'll go ahead and post that up, and then we'll have everything set up for the actual head unit. So if you do happen to order you a head unit from Eonon, you can use my code ZAI10 and get $10 off your order, which I don't get any commission off of that. It's just a discount for you guys. Get you one, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Double F4 from Finley, that my block. DSF to the depth, bitch, that's my squad. Gang, 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 gang. But I pull up just me and my Glock. You better pay me every piece of my guap. Bang, bang, bang.